Well, the Flame Train's getting ready to leave the station. Liberty will open the season at Kennesaw State on Friday, and we're visiting now with the Flame shortstop and junior Dalton Britt. Dalton, coming off a big season a year ago, you're one of the top returning hitters on this team. First of all, though, how excited? What's the mood like right now in this ball club?
Oh, we're really excited. The weather this weekend kind of helped set the tone for how excited we are, just kind of getting out there and feeling like what we think Georgia's going to feel like, and we're ready to get rolling. I know it's going to be an early start tomorrow, but I feel like, the bus ride is going to seem like it's only 5 minutes long. We're so excited to get this thing rolling, and all the preseason hype is kind of added to the flame, if you will, and it's just kind of, we're all just ready to get going. So.
Yeah, how is this club handling the preseason expectations? I mean, you're ranked as high as 23rd heading into the season. You got some really good competition coming up this weekend, two teams that were in the postseason a year ago. How does the club handle that?
Well, I'd be lying if I told you it didn't excite us a little bit and we didn't talk about it. Of course we talk about it, but in the end, we all realize that it means something, but it only means so much. If we go out there and we lay an egg, all that preseason stuff doesn't matter. Once the first pitch goes by, all that preseason stuff doesn't mean anything. And we all know that, and I'm really proud of the guys for that, because it's easy to, go in and say, well, we're preseason whatever, we can do whatever we want. And no one is like that. No one feels like that. I mean, Ashton, Close, me, we all feel like while that does mean something and it does mean you're doing something right, and it is kind of like a visual reward for the work that we've already done, in the end, it really doesn't mean, you don't get rings for preseason rankings, and we know that. And so, it's a good thing to have, but in the end, it only means so much.
This is your third opening day now as a college baseball player. Remember, 2 years ago, you were the starting shortstop at South Carolina. You were thrown right into the fire. What is opening day like for you? Are there still jitters? What's it like for you?
Oh, there's absolutely jitters, and there will always be jitters as long as I play. As long as God lets me play this great game, there's going to be jitters. And if there's not jitters, then there's something wrong with you. Whether you're playing at North Florida, whether you're playing at South Carolina, whether you're playing at Kennesaw, that first pitch, it's a big deal, and it's the start of something. You can feel it in your bones if you truly love this game. And it doesn't matter where you're playing. There could be 5 people there could be 7,000. It doesn't really matter to me in that it's just, it's not just the first pitch, because in the end it is just one pitch, but it's the first one. And so I definitely have some jitters. I am a little anxious. I wouldn't say nervous, but I am very, relaxed and calm, and just, usually these past 2 years, once that first pitch goes by, I kind of just look up and be like, thank you, God, for just giving me another opportunity to play, hopefully 56 games. But yes, I still, as I think everyone else would tell you, do still, feel a little something.
You started all 59 games a year ago, most of those at shortstop. What does that do to your body, and what do you do to prepare yourself for that?
Well, I've been blessed to have a great father who's always, given me the kind of little nicks and knacks to kind of take care of my body. I know what I need to be doing, and it does take a toll on your body, not only on your physical body, but on your mind as well. It's a lot. It's easy to get pumped up for the first one, but game 45, I'd be lying if I told you it's still the same. It's definitely something where you need to clear your mind after every game, after every pitch, and kind of get refocused. And it's something where you just need to make sure you're doing the right things, and you're not always going to want to do it. If you go out there and you go 0 for 4, you're not going to want to go stretch and roll out. You want to just go to sleep and just pretend like that game never happened. But when you wake up the next morning, you're definitely thankful that on that previous 80-degree day that you went in and did the things you need to do. You have to hydrate, you have to take care of your body, and you have to get to bed at the right time, or in the end, you're going to feel it. You could see last year some guys and our team, and 2 years ago you really saw it. Toward the end of the year, we just kind of stumbled. And I'm not saying that's just because we didn't do things we're supposed to be doing, but you definitely start to feel it. You may not feel it in the next game, but you'll definitely feel it down the stretch. And that is probably one of the most crucial and one of the most underrated parts of baseball, is doing what you need to do even though you may not want to.
Dalton, real quickly here before we wrap up, you hit .299 a year ago. You came on strong down the stretch, all-tournament team. You had a good regional as well. 14-game hitting streak a year ago as well. What is it going to take that consistency into this year? What's the key to being a consistent good hitter?
Well, the key is, like I said, doing the things you have to do. You can't ever forget what kind of hitter you are. I know what kind of hitter I am. I'm a little bigger than I was last year, but that doesn't mean I completely change everything I do at the plate. And most importantly, just because it doesn't work that one game doesn't mean that you need to scratch and completely redo everything. There's going to be games where you go 0 for 4. That's just baseball. And there's going to be times where the ball looks like a beach ball. That's just what baseball is, and that's why I love it so much. It's just trusting in your coaches and trusting in your teammates. And for me, it's trusting really in not only my teammates and coaches, but my dad too. You know, when my dad tells me something, he's like, hey, drop your elbow down a little bit. It usually helps. I mean, he's watched me swing since I was, old enough to hit off a tee. And so, he told me something last year. He said, you can either let confidence dictate your success, or you could let success dictate your confidence. And that really resonated with me, in that, confidence is up to you. Events help, but if I have confidence going into an at-bat, whether I'm 0 for 4 before that, it helps a lot. And so just taking that to heart and just shaking it off and going to the next thing, you have to have a short memory. It just helps with being a consistent hitter, because we're all good enough to play at this level. We're here. So, it's just a little something to give you that little edge is going to make, 50 points difference in your average. And that's what's helped me. So,
Dalton, we appreciate your time. Good luck on Friday and the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
That's Flame shortstop Dalton Britt. Liberty will open the season against Kennesaw State 4 o'clock on Friday. For the Liberty Flame Sports Network, I'm Nick Pierce.